Hi, Sandra. Hi, Doctor. I'm finally getting this able to go up and running, and thank you for your encouragement. It got me to the right place here, and I really appreciate Brown's presentation about that. Basically, that spine around the planet that reveals what I think happened after Jesus pre-detonated because of his anointing the ground, so that it wouldn't because with your added information about this backbone, if World War II had exploded the bomb without his anointing, it would basically broken the crust up, and we would have had volcanic tidal waves, not just water. It'd have been over for our planet. So, the three major points were on your slide: creation, the curse, and the catastrophe, the flood, and they all are the same thing. The creation, of course, was the creation of Eden, which was um, space and time. Adam referred to the time, the atomic structures, especially plutonium, which I'll show you later. Well, you know that, of course, is a time clock within it, within the atomic structures. And so, yeah, so the curse, of course, is don't touch the uranium, don't touch the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is uranium, the nucleus or the fruit inside the atom. So that makes the periodic elements the garden. And the curse, of course, is if you touch it, the uranium will die, you will die. And the catastrophe is this atomic flood will happen. So knowing that, Jesus preempted it. It was verboten. So there was Adam. Adam is the time, and the space is called Eve. So she is the planetary skeleton that goes all the way from the center core of our Earth to the magnetosphere, basically everything contained. And both of them were told, "Don't touch this." Of course, Adam is a synecdoche of the atom, um, and so Eden is the time and space that was created. So the garden's periodic elements, and Genesis records the creation that Jesus established to prove. So he had to prove free will, that his people were able to do this forbidden, you know, uh, act. Um, but he preempted it by detonating it before them and anointing the ground with his blood and his water from the side when he died. Um, of course, would destroy the planet, and with that new information about Dr. Brown, it would have split it, I don't know how many ways. So E equals MC square, like a beast, was lurking in the dark. Perhaps this is the Satan, the angel that had the ability to create stars because thermonuclear radiation, etc. Fission, fusion, that's still confusing, is a stellar property. And so we know in Ezekiel and Isaiah 14, Ezekiel 28 and Isaiah 14, that this entity had great powers and ability to do stellar things. But when it came to planets, Jesus had to do a whole new thing. And so this beast was lurking, and this beast also has his raise, not the raison d'etre, but he has his fulfillment in Revelation when Jesus showed John the Mount of Transfiguration. See, John didn't write about Matthew, I think it was 17 Mount of Transfiguration. It was just, or John did, Matthew, Mark, and Luke did in their Gospels, but John waited till Revelation to speak about what he saw. which was Jesus absorbing this atomic blast and then coming back in the flesh, which is he's completing the mass to energy to mass cycle. Jesus, uh, he completed it, but he also gave Israel the free will to destroy the land, time and space, basically. Um, and so he preempted the World War II explosion by 2 millennia with his own blood and water. And this was taken by John the Baptist to the Four Corners, which is in Revelation. I'm getting all these Revelation addresses confused, but I did send you the information on that earlier. So maybe Sandra, your wonderful secretary, can pull that up. So you have the four corners, which is this, of course, would be before the formation of America. So we're talking about Jesus on the cross and coming here to Colorado, New Mexico, Utah area, Arizona area, even before America was formed. So the hypothesis is that the blast resulted in a molten sea when he did this pre-detonation. It resulted in the Grand Canyon, that the blast absorbed, that the Earth absorbed this blast that he pre-detonated. Don't ask me how this was all done. It's just what I see. These are the unfolding events. So the denouement came in the Revelation. Matthew, Mark, John, whatever disciples were there with him, spoke about it, but not John. So I guess it was Matthew, Mark, and I'm not too sure about all of them. I just finished that class. Anyway, and so the denouement is in Revelation, and he's talking about all the things that he saw while Jesus did this mass to energy to mass cycle. And the quasi-crystal is this sea of glass that Revelation talks about. Is it 13:1? Because they said all you need to make this crystalline structure is sand and a thermonuclear radiation. And he was saying it with tongue in cheek, but that's what Revelation 13:1 is, the sand and the sea. So the sand is what the elements in the Four Corners, and the sea is this rush of thermonuclear monster. I call him the beast. And the canyon absorbed it. This is a little bit more about the sea of glass and the crystalline, the sea of glass. It's a green glass. What it is, according to the Bible, that it is the sea is in contrast to the land. So it's from a tossing. So it's like the land becomes a liquid, basically. And then it says in Revelation that the earth opened up her mouth. And I don't know if that's Revelation 12 or 1. So Eve is also the woman with the stars in her head, and all this symbolic, actually literal things that the Eve, the mother of all living, this exoskeletal planetary structure, which is basically space around our planet. I don't think it's referring to the whole galaxy. I think it's just our neighborhood here in Orion's Arm and the galaxy. And so the sea of glass is also referred to in Matthew, and you can look that up too. It's just look up the sea, and the sea will be referred to in the New Testament, prior books of the New Testament. And this sea is mingled with fire, and this the earth opens up her mouth. I think it's Revelation 12, or one of them is 7, Revelation 7. That I stood upon the tritium glass, the sand of the sea, thermonuclear beast, and I saw a beast rise up, which would be the plutonium out of the sea. So he's recounting in ways that he can understand that there are these elements that have been exploded and caused the land to actually become liquefied. And then the volcano within the Grand Canyon becomes, it says that the earth opens up her mouth and absorbs this. I hope you like this.